Bum, 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 bum. Computer fuck show. Bum, 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 bum. Today is the 60th anniversary of the loss of JFK, but I feel like I got emotionally shot in the head just like JFK did 60 years ago. Today, I'm dealing with a lot of drama in my life at the moment. I went to four different board game meetups this past month, and nobody seems to notice me. We got very tight knit groups here, and I go there, and you know, yesterday, what was especially insulting was I was talking to one of the people there about Thanksgiving, about the good weather we have in Phoenix, and it was like I was invisible. Maybe the way I'd like to the analogy I like to give is if the building had caught fire yesterday and I was telling the people there, hey, the building's on fire, they might not have even heard me, even if that had happened, right? And I drove to Tucson for that meetup. That was like an hour and a half away, and then I literally just paced the floor for the time that I was there. Nobody listening to me, and I watched them play a couple of games, and then I headed back home. And then today I go to this. I was just at the student union, and I also couldn't start very many conversations. And then sometimes, because I have food allergies, sometimes somebody brings food to the table, and I go to a different table to try to start a different conversation. Nothing again, and I got very dizzy. It's almost 4 p.m. today, and I've pretty much lost the day just from being lost and confused and dizzy, and I don't know what to do. I still wouldn't quit my job. I keep daydreaming about maybe one of these days I'll wake up and bismuth prices will go to the moon or something will happen to allow me to quit my job. But you know what? I really need my students too, so I wouldn't necessarily quit my job. I need to leave the Phoenix area, that's for sure, but I don't know what to do after that. So I'm just very lost and confused. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I have a couple meetups that I want to go to that I just found out about, including this vegan restaurant that might have some suitable food for me, but and then what? I'll probably stare at the wall again and talk to a wall again, right? When I talk about the weather. Uh, I didn't have very much luck with my. I thought showing people that household dust is radioactive could get a conversation going. To some people, the idea that the dust in their house is radioactive scares the crap out of them. The other half of the people don't give a damn about that. Uh, I I don't have space to do chemistry experimentation at my home right now. I live in an Airbnb, but when I get the chance, I want to isolate the radionuclides that I found in the household dust. I suspect what it is radon in the atmosphere decays and makes positively charged polonium that sticks itself to dust. I have an idea of how to separate the polonium from the dust, because dust is mostly organic material. I'm thinking if I can dissolve, my inspiration actually came. I was thinking about this last month, and my inspiration came one day when I was working with the element right next to polonium on the periodic table, right? Bismuth. I had a bunch of slag that was mixed in with a bunch of organic material, right? Because what had happened was I had finished melting some bismuth. I had a bunch of slag that was stuck to this melting pot, and I cleaned it up with a paper towel. So now I had bismuth mixed in with paper, and that's not hard to separate, right? You put it all into a crucible and you heat it up to 850. The paper will burn away and leave behind bismuth and bismuth oxides, right? When paper burns, it makes carbon, and the carbothermal reduction takes hold from there. Carbon with bismuth oxide making bismuth metal. So I thought if it can work with a mixture of bismuth with organic material, could it work with a mixture of polonium and organic material? Obviously, we're talking about much, much lower amounts of polonium. Right? So I thought this is what I want to try. Take a bunch of household dust, hopefully a lot, lots and lots of it, tons and tons of it, right? Uh, Fortunately, I did befriend some of the janitors working here. I suggested to them when I have the right setup if they could give me some of the dust that they collect from the vacuum cleanings, and the janitor here was quite impressed by that actually. So at least I made one friend. I'm thinking taking the dust and dissolving it in some acid that will eat away at the organic material, burn it up, right? So piranha solution, which is a mixture of sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide, will react with organic material in the dust, right? The dead skin cells, the fibers, the lint, and burn it all up. The tricky part is that it also heats up everything a lot, and polonium has a very high vapor pressure, and so I wonder if that will cause the polonium to dissipate into the air, or if it will. What I'm hoping for is that the polonium also dissolves into solution, and the reason for that is then you can do electrochemistry to deposit that onto some other metal surface. That's what I'm hoping for. Unfortunately, uh, see, I need to travel back in time 120 years ago when there was a girl that I could meet. She had just recently gotten widowed, and I could talk to her about this stuff, right? All right. Uh, it's a lost, confused, depression, shit show. This is the Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. Please pray for me by leaving a dislike.